Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us in this series around 3D project planning. This video is going to cover a little bit more of a deeper dive into the essential components of your 3D project charter. So we'll go into some more concrete examples, something more tangible that you can take with you. For your business case, what is the objective and what will success look like to ensure you have a solid return on investment? That's the part here that we want to articulate and express. So if it's, we want to drive e-commerce revenues by X% over this time, making sure you have that SMART goal already captured as part of the vision and measures of success. The next part, which is a really important part, is the 3D application feature scope. This is really going to depend on the type of experience. So as an example, if you're looking at augmented reality, I want to be able to see and be able to have this 3D image and use it as a consumer to see how it will fit into my space that I'm planning for. Another example would be if you're using a 3D room planning application. So the ability to draw walls, add windows and doors, making sure that those features are well understood so that they can make sure that they're covered within the application itself. Looking at the product catalogs that are in scope. So if it's furniture, or if it's cabinetry, or if it's office chairs. Let's say you have a catalog of, several thousand chairs and sofas. Well, to first start out with this initial project, again, proving out value, you may limit that scope to 200 to 300 products because you need to get your feet wet in understanding what the content model looks like, making sure you've established a pipeline before you get too far into the volume of content that you need over time. If you have a 3D planning tool and you need to be able to have a bill of materials printout or have it available, or if you want a consumer to be able to not only design, but then transact and purchase the products on your website. Those require integrations with your e-commerce or your point of sale systems. So making sure that you've articulated what systems this application or this experience needs to interact with will help you also mitigate any risks further down in the project. If you've decided to build this in-house as a team or work with an external partner, making sure that the roles and responsibilities are clear and well understood by all parties is a really important piece of this. It's great to get to the milestone where it's the application or the 3D experience is live on your site, but it doesn't stop there. You have to make sure that you've got a support plan in place, much like you have for other applications, your uptime, your performance, your availability, and make sure that you have that support plan also outlined to make sure if there are any issues in performance that you know what those levels of support or levels of escalation need to be within your organization. That covers everything around building out the 3D project charter. Again, we've covered why it's important. We've also covered the must-have elements, and we've done a deeper dive into tangible examples for building out the project charter. Make sure that you go into the comment section because we've got the article and the template available for you to download. Make sure you've also hit subscribe so you can check out the next video in our series, which is all about running a 3D centered RFP process. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.